£100 million valued star sent a warning about completing a possible move to Arsenal. Arsenal legend Ray Parlour is not convinced West Ham star Declan Rice starts over current Gunners star Thomas Partey. Arsenal hopes this season's Premier League title charge can provide a huge boost to their summer plans, with Partey enjoying a superb campaign in the heart of midfield. He has looked every inch the player that was so brilliant in La Liga with Atletico Madrid. His power in that Arsenal side is a big reason why the Gunners are so good this season. While Arsenal is said to be favourites to sign West Ham star Rice as a possible cover for Partey, Parlour has opened up and admitted that he is not convinced the Hammers star can start ahead of Partey. Yeah, absolutely, Declan Rice is a top player, but Thomas Partey has been brilliant in the midfield. I mean, look, if you get Declan Rice, does he play in front of Partey at the moment? You know, it's a situation where it's a big decision the manager has to make, but you need big players in your team throughout the season. If you're going for the Champions League and you playing in the League, FA Cup, there are so many games, so you need to rotate your squad at times, but Partey has been very important for Arsenal. Over the years, he has been injured on occasions and he's missed quite big chunks of the season. Look, as I said before, we need a midfielder, and if Declan Rice wants to stay in London, look, I'm sure Chelsea will be straight in as well. There have been rumours that he was always gonna go to Chelsea. I'm sure every single team in the Premier League and around the world will be looking at Declan Rice and say, well, we wouldn't mind having him. But I hope he stays in the Premier League. Real Madrid is interested in Declan Rice. Real Madrid will reportedly compete with Arsenal, Chelsea, and others in the race to sign Declan Rice from West Ham United. Declan Rice features on the radar of Real Madrid. Los Blancos will compete with Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester United for the English international. And the West Ham captain has a market value of around €80 million. Di Marzio said, when Arsenal and Manchester United watch a player, it is always a possibility that Chelsea will intervene. They may not be concrete yet, but that can change just like that. Chelsea is like a ghost that follows every footballer and can appear just like that. So it just depends on what the strategy of the interested clubs is. But I think Manchester United and Arsenal would also be good destinations for him. And maybe we can even add Real Madrid to that list. Carlo Ancelotti is a big fan of his qualities. So you should never forget to mention Real Madrid, for the simple reason that Carlo Ancelotti likes Declan Rice. Declan Rice has been one of the best midfielders in the Premier League since breaking into the West Ham United first team. A former trainee of the Chelsea Academy, the 23-year-old has turned out over 200 times thus far for the Hammers. The English international is also a pivotal figure for the Three Lions while replacing Mark Noble as the West Ham captain. But Rice's long-term future at West Ham is uncertain amid the Hammers' struggles this season. And such a situation has captured the attention of Arsenal and Chelsea. Both London clubs will enter the market for a midfield reinforcement this year. Mikel Arteta wants to bolster Arsenal's midfield unit to reach Manchester City's levels. On the other hand, Graham Potter will seek a replacement for Jorginho, who might leave Chelsea as a free agent. But Real Madrid's entry into the equation complicates matters for the two London clubs. Real Madrid will seek long-term successes to Luka Modric and Toni Kroos this year. And while Rice will not be a like-for-like replacement for either midfielder, he can reprise their roles. The English international can thus be an alternative to another top Real Madrid target, Manuel Locatelli. Di Marzio has also mentioned Manchester United as a prospective suitor. Meanwhile, recent reports have claimed that Rice is considering joining Arsenal instead of Chelsea. But Real Madrid can afford to pay €80 million, his market value, although it will be interesting to see how much West Ham will demand. There is good reason to believe Declan Rice will be an Arsenal player next summer. If there is one certainty this season, it is that Mikel Arteta will acquire a midfielder. There's no rule against signing a midfielder this winter, but if not, we can expect Arsenal's main signing this summer to be a midfielder. Declan Rice has already been branded as Arteta's ideal midfield transfer target. A move for the West Ham man could be everything most Gunners desire, but there are two potential stumbling blocks. For one, Chelsea's long-term interest in Rice, as seen in the Mykhailo Mudryk deal, may make the deal difficult. The Blues may be eager to beat the Gunners in their move to sign Rice. However, the second hurdle that Arsenal would have had to overcome to convince Rice to join them, qualifying for Champions League football, may be key for them to beat Chelsea to the 23-year-old signature. It would be unthinkable for Arsenal not to qualify for the Champions League next season, given that everything indicates that Champions League football will return to the Emirates. Chelsea, on the other hand, will have to do something miraculous to qualify for Champions League football, given their struggles this season. Rice wants to play in the Champions League, and that is exactly how Arsenal will get him. 100%, I want to play in the Champions League, Rice said last month as reported by Arsenal News Train. For the last 2 or 3 years, I've been saying that. I've been playing consistently well for my club, and I feel like I want to keep pushing. I see my friends here who are playing Champions League and for big trophies. You only get one career, and at the end, you want to look back at what you've won and the biggest games you've played in. And also, former West Ham defender makes Declan Rice claim amid Arsenal and Chelsea transfer links. The future of West Ham United midfielder Declan Rice continues to be the subject of much speculation, with Premier League rivals Arsenal and Chelsea among the potential suitors. West Ham United must focus on getting the best out of Arsenal and Chelsea transfer target Declan Rice while they still have him at the club. That's the verdict of former West Ham and Chelsea defender Glenn Johnson, who has spoken about the England international's future amid links with several Premier League clubs. Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester United have all been named as potential suitors for the 24-year-old, who has been a mainstay in West Ham's side for several years now. But Johnson feels that Rice is key to West Ham's survival hopes this season, with the Hammers currently just 1 point above the relegation zone following their 2-0 win against Everton at the London Stadium on Saturday. West Ham shouldn't focus on the possibility of Declan Rice leaving just yet, Johnson said. They need to just use every minute that they've got with him and concentrate on their position in the league. They can't start concentrating about what they're going to do if he's not there. You know, they have bigger difficulties than that right now. So I think right now is just focusing on getting the performances right and trying to get the wins while you've got Declan. Hopefully, that's reason enough to keep you in the league, and then if he leaves, you rehabilitate. But right now, I don't think that should be the top of our focus. Furthermore, Arsenal will face competition from Real Madrid in their bid to land Declan Rice at the end of this season. The Gunners have made the Englishman a priority signing when this season ends in their bid to keep bolstering Mikel Arteta's squad. Rice has been one of the finest midfielders in the Premier League over the last few seasons and will be valuable to any team he joins next. Arsenal is keen to make the ex-Chelsea trainee their next big money buy, but a report via The Sun reveals Real Madrid will consider a move for the England World Cup star. This means the Gunners must be prepared to see off a major competitor to add the midfielder to their squad. Just Arsenal opinion. Rice has been superb for West Ham, so it is not such a surprise that the midfielder is attracting the attention of top European sides. If we are serious about our interest in the 24-year-old, we must act fast because Madrid is most footballers' dream club and he might choose to move there over a transfer to the Emirates if we act late. But if he prepares to stay in the Premier League, then we have an advantage over the Whites. So, what do you think about Rice's transfer? Leave a comment. For more Arsenal news and updates, please subscribe, hit the notification button and leave a comment. Arsenal, the Gunners. Arsenal, the best club ever.